One and all, good evening, good afternoon, dude. What am I talking about? It is, 3:30 in the afternoon, and it is grand final day. It isn't grand final evening, it's grand final day. A-League Women's Grand Final, West United, Sydney FC, live watch long. How's it going? My name's Lockie. This is Coast Watch Football. If this is your first time tuning in, this is where we talk all things A-Leagues. And this is exciting too, because this is the first time we're doing an A-League Women's watch along. We've sort of been trialing more women's football content here on the channel. Obviously, we've been doing a bit of Matilda's content for a while, but A-League Women's content a little bit more. And especially with my team, such as Mariners, you can see we got the new signed jersey in the background, which is looking delicious. Central Coast Mariners joining the women's competition next year, which I'm very excited about. We're starting to do some more women's content, and if that's something you guys are keen for, let me know, and we'll see how this live stream goes. But Costa's in here nice and early. How you going, Costa, my man? Good to see you here. Hope you're having an enjoyable Sunday arvo. And yeah, jump in, say hi, let me know you're here. We're about half an hour away from kickoff, so we're jumping a little bit earlier. Usually for our watch-alongs, we're in like 10 or 15 minutes before. But I wanted to jump in early. It's the grand final, it's the big one, and just have a chat. Have a chat. It's the Western United versus Sydney FC. Western United reaching the grand final in their first ever A-League women's season, which is a remarkable achievement. Pretty remarkable. And going, bang. West United, Sydney FC, of course, we all know. But yeah, man, we're going to be here for all the live reaction and everything. Is it on Channel 12? It's on 10 Bold, so I don't know if that's Channel 12 for free-to-wear. I haven't watched free-to-wear in ages, man. The only time I watch free-to-wear is when I'm at my parents' place. Adam's in here. How's it going, Adam? Spencer's in here. Nice jacket, dude. Jersey could be better. Yeah, maybe I should. I wonder. I don't even know if I can take that glass off. I assume I can. I wonder if I could like take the glass off the poster there and wear the jersey. Nah, I wouldn't do that. It's precious. Predictions. Well, I did my little preview video earlier in the week. If you saw it, if you missed it, you can check it out now if you want. Western Sydney prediction for the grand final. 1-0. I'm sticking with my 1-0 prediction that I went for there. I think Sydney FC, 6th consecutive grand final, get the win in this game. We're going to have a look at the lineups in just a second. But we've got Axel is here as well. I'm doing well, man. Barry's coming in with his prediction saying 2-1. I assume you're saying 2-1 to Western there. 2-1 to Sydney there. Sydney technically being the away team. Of course, this game being played in Sydney. Yeah, man. APL will lose the grand final, says Spencer. And Costa can confirm. It's on 12. So if you're watching on free-to-wear, according to Costa, it is on Channel 12 and 10 Bold, Paramount Plus. Great to have the grand final being played. Great to have the grand final being broadcast, I should say, on free-to-wear TV. Let's have a look at some lineups, shall we? Let's do it. Overall, Sydney FC, you got to say the stronger lineup. Let's have a look at Western United. Star play for them. Hannah Keane, top goal scorer in the league with 13 goals across the regular season. She's the player to watch, but you can see that 4-3-3 setup for Western United. Steer, Keane, Johnson. They're going to be the attacking threats for Western United. And when we scroll down and have a look at Sydney FC, very strong lineup. Jada Wyman, of course, in goals. Raul McLean, Tobin, Fenton, the back line. We've got Hunter playing alongside Rachel Lowe and Mackenzie Hawkesby in midfield. And then I love this attacking front line for Sydney FC. Courtney Vine, of course, the Matilda, recently starred for the Matildas. You might remember started both of those recent Matildas games last month. And then, of course, we've got Madison Haley and Princess Abini Issei. So when you look at the lineups, there's a lot more recognizable names in that Sydney FC lineup, that is for sure. I think they do finally get the win. Of course, we have to mention Sydney FC did lose out to West United in the semi-final just a couple of weeks ago. But hopefully the Sky Blues learned from that, man. We did see Sydney FC defeat West United earlier along in the regular season. So yeah, we'll see, man. All right, what else is going on here? Thoughts on Central Coast Mariners smashing Adelaide. Dude, so good, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible. If you guys were here for the watch along for that one, that was a lot of fun. I've got my round recap video coming out straight after this live stream tonight. So I'll be diving into the game a little bit more, and as well as the other games from this round and my reaction to everything. Adam, who does Mariners play in the semis, and also where will the A League final be played at? Who will the Mariners play in the semis? Could be anyone. Depends on who wins in the elimination finals. Good chance. I think it'll be Adelaide United. Yeah. So Mariners will be playing the highest ranked team out of between third and sixth. So it could be Adelaide, but if Wellington were to win, then it'll be either of the Sydney teams. But there's a good chance Adelaide will beat Wellington at home. I expect in the elimination final. That's for sure. Spencer says, enjoyed episode 2 of the Raw rebuild. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's been tough. If you guys haven't seen it, we've been doing the Brisbane Raw career mode here on the YouTube channel. It's been tough, man. Like, I don't know what's going on, but we're struggling a little bit for wins. But hopefully we can turn it around. Ali posted the format on Insta. I believe Costa's saying here about the finals. Yeah, they did indeed. There's a good let's see if I can pull it up actually. There's a good little thing that the A-League posted that sort of sums it up and shows you sort of all the potential pathways. So I'll see if I can pull that up actually, and we'll have a little look at it. So for the A-League men's finals, we know what's going on. But we've got about 23 minutes till kickoff in the women's grand final. Not long to go. Here it is. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. All right. Bang. Here we go. So, of course, we've got the elimination finals. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Elimination finals being played upcoming next weekend. So excited, man. We'll be doing a watch-along for the Friday game. I can tell you that. So this game's been played on the Friday night. Adelaide, Wellington, and then the Sydney derby, man. Huge. Western Sydney Wanderers, Sydney FC. Can't wait for it. So basically, the highest ranked winner will be playing Central Coast Mariners. First leg will be away for the Mariners. And the lowest ranked winner will be playing City away in the first leg. And then you can see Mariners and City will be home in the second leg. And then grand final scheduled to be played on June 3rd. This is from the A-League's official Instagram. So you can check that out if you want to have a bit more of a deeper look at that. All right. What else are we saying here? Do you think Indiana DeSantos will get an appearance in the final today? Should absolutely a chance to, and be amazing for her, wouldn't it be? A player so young. Yeah, man. Costa's heading to the Adelaide game. Yeah, man. Get down there, man. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. 20 minutes or so till we have kickoff in the A-League Women's Grand Final. The women's season always goes by so quickly. Finals comes around so quickly. Obviously, the season is a lot shorter than the men's campaign. But so, with the women's side, Mariners women's side coming in next year, it's going to be even longer, isn't it? I believe. Axel's in here saying the victory game last night was so frustrating. We should have been up by 4 goals at halftime, and that goal was only because of terrible defense. Love to hear your thoughts. I think it was just, I think Raw's goal was more down to a really smooth attack. I mean, that back heel from Henry Hoare to set up the Courtney Perkins goal was superb. Very fast in attack. Yeah, man, victory. It's just the same story, isn't it? Like, I agree with you. They should have had a few goals, especially in that first half. And they easily could have equalized at the end there. They were pushing late. But it's just the same story, and it's so weird because there's no like explanation for it, because they've got a good side. They've just, all their star players are just so low on confidence. In the broadcast last night, they showed the stats for Ben Falami, and across, he's played like almost every game this season. Falami was one of the star players last season in the A-League. You remember he got a Socceroos call up for those March friendlies, the March 2022 friendlies, so like a year ago now, right? This season, he's scored 1 and assisted 1. 1 goal, 1 assist from Ben Falami, who last year was one of the most promising young players in the competition. It just sums up how they're going. I don't know what's going on, but they've completely lost confidence. They've lost form. unpopular opinion, I still think Tony Popovich is the right man to lead that club forward. Axel, being a Victory fan, I'd love to hear what you think. Do you want Popovich to continue? Could they try and convince Ufuk Taylor to come over? We'll see. We'll see. Spencer with an interesting question here. Do you think Irankunda's move to Bayern will be affected by his attitude in the recent game? No, I don't think so. Obviously, we did see last couple of games. Actually, we've seen Irankunda a couple of moments where he's gotten frustrated. And look, he's young; he'll learn. But no, I don't think the move won't be affected. No. Spencer enjoyed the victory game last night. Spencer, of course, being a Brisbane Roar fan, you can tell from the orange in his profile picture. I can't believe Raw aren't offering Holmes a contract next season. Ridiculous, in my opinion. It'd be interesting to see who they do keep around Brisbane Raw next season. Costa talking about Nestori and Kunda once more. I was saying Nestori gets annoyed because everyone fouls him. It's the only way to stop him. I mean, I don't know if that's the only reason. He's I guess maybe he is being targeted a little bit more because he is such a good player, right? Opposition teams are wary of the threat that he possesses in attack. Maybe. 19 minutes till kickoff. Let's go. Oh my goodness, that's some good tea. Let me know in the chat if you guys have a snack. What's your snack of choice, beverage of choice for today's grand final watch? And feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from. Pretty a little bit overcast here on the central coast of New South Wales, but good vibes. Of course, Mariners securing second place in the A-League on Friday night. Coming up straight after this live stream, my round recap videos will be dropping, which is a lot of fun. A lot of fun to record. Has the game started? Not yet, James. Another 18 minutes or so till kickoff. Not yet. 4 p.m. Local time kickoff. It's Australian Eastern Standard Time. Axel, talking about victory, says, hopefully next year we can get our stuff together and move forward, start playing well. Look, I think they will. The club, a club the size of Melbourne Victory, have the resources and have the people there involved to make it work. You might remember they bounced back really well. They were in the same position 2 years ago, right? Same position 2 years ago. They picked up the wooden spoon. What year would that have been? My brain hurts. Anyway, 2020. It would have been like 2020, 21, right? I think. And then the following season, I could be wrong about that year, but anyway, following season, they bounced back and won the Australia Cup and go one game away from the grand final. So they should bounce back. They should bounce back, man. Yeah. Spencer's got the pizza. Love it. Tuning in from the Gold Coast. How's the weather up there on the Gold Coast, man? Were you at the game when MacArthur played Mariners at the Coast 2 seasons ago? If you're referring to the elimination final, yes. Disappointing loss, man. Oh, dude, can't wait for it though, because I just get excited thinking about the crowd, because I think at that game Mariners had a crowd of I think around 15,000, which was one of the biggest crowds we'd had in a long time. And this second leg semi coming up for the Mariners in a few weeks' time has the potential to break that and see a very, very big crowd at Central Coast Stadium, potentially 16, 17, 18K, which would just be nuts, man. I mean, the atmosphere would be crazy. So it'd be awesome. It would be awesome. Continuing that chat about victory, Axel says, if you asked me last night, I probably would have smacked you, but I think we should keep Tony Popovich for a bit next season. But if we get to Christmas and nothing has changed, we need to get someone else. Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how they go in pre-season victory, how they go in the Australia. Obviously, they've got the Australia Cup playoff. I was about to say how they go in the Australia Cup. They might not even be in the Australia Cup, and they won it a year ago. So, yeah, we'll see. Melbourne Victory will be playing away to Newcastle Jets in the Australia Cup playoff. Fixture date yet to be confirmed for that one. Kyron, score prediction, 1-0 Sydney. Sticking with 1-0 Sydney. Hopefully my vlog will turn out well. I haven't started editing it yet. You did a vlog for last night's game, did you, Axel? Keen to check it out, man. Feel free to flick it through when you're done with it. Keen to check it out. Head-to-head stats on the broadcast. 18 matches played by Adriana Taranto. 1 goal, 18 shots, 27 chances created. Mackenzie Hawkesby, 19 games, 6 goals, 69 chances created. Some dangerous players on show tonight, this afternoon. Costa's saying 2019-20, they finished second to last. And then 2021, they finished last. There we go. And then they came second this season, right? Yeah, the season after. That's what I was saying. Like they could well bounce back. So yeah, we'll see. Spencer asks, how long until Gosford builds a statue sauce bottle? I mean, they would have to sign like a lifetime deal with. They would have to sign a lifetime deal with Master Foods, I guess, if that was to happen. Hey, Boston's in here. Sup, Coastie? Let's go Western United. Good to see you here, mate. Good to see you here. Both Axel with the vlogs for the MacArthur game, the Brisbane game. Love to see it, Axel. Awesome stuff, man. Spencer's here. Says, I'm interested in making vlogs starting next season. Any tips for vlogs or making A-League content in general? Just get started and start making stuff and see what works, see what feels good. Some things might feel more comfortable to you. I know people who make content but don't put their face on camera, and that's cool. The vlog stuff might be fun for you, but you might just prefer doing some people prefer doing sort of the long form like podcast stuff, where they prefer just being able to sit down and a bit more slow paced. So there's a whole variety of content you can do. There's a lot of people like Joe K Football right now, who's doing a lot of really good TikTok content. So there's short form content. So there's a whole variety of stuff. Just try different stuff and see what feels fun. Yeah, and it sounds cliche, but just have fun with it. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. Hey. Yeah, that MacArthur vlog would have been good for Victory fans, hey, because they won that game, huh? Prediction, I'm going Sydney FC 1-0. Sydney FC 1-0. Yeah, man. Adam says, could you chat with us about the ongoing Jason Cummings situation, because he's been an asset with us for the past couple of seasons. Indeed, he's been a fantastic asset for the Central Coast Mariners, enjoying a really, really good season this season, 16 goals, second highest goal scorer in the A-League men's this season. For those that don't know, big links, Jason Cummings, potentially heading overseas. I think India's been rumoured. And look, he deserves the attraction from a number of clubs around the world, because he's a fantastic player. It'll be a loss for the Mariners. Obviously, he's a great weapon for the Central Coast. But look, I was talking about it in the Adelaide Mariners watch-along we did 2 nights ago, and I said the same thing then. There's players in this Mariners squad who are ready to replace him. You've got Maresh, who could come straight into that starting lineup. Play alongside Marco Tullio as a Brazilian pairing up top. Dylan Wenzel-Halls has a lot of potential still. And then like good young strikers coming through in the academy that could, fill the striker department, with Nico Duarte and Miguel DePizio. So there's players there for Mariners up top. Do you reckon Vic can get revenge on Raw? I'm a Victory fan, mate. I assume you're talking about like next season. Can Melbourne Victory get their revenge on Brisbane Raw? We shall see, hey? It's all about how they recruit, huh? Bit of a rebuild maybe for Victory. Must be relieved not to have the wooden spoon this season. That's right, Melbourne Victory. I mean, I think it's funny. Maybe some Victory fans might say they wish they picked up the wooden spoon just to like really give their club a kick up the arse, But yeah, dodging it, aren't they? Dodging it. New Jets Football's in here, says Sydney 3-1 prediction. Love it. It'd be good to see a high scoring game, but I think it'd be low scoring. Both these defenses are good. Sydney FC best defense in the league. It'll be interesting. Do you play football? Asks Kyron. I don't. No, I haven't played football for many years now. I used to play five-a-side a few years ago, but I don't play any football. Played club football as a kid. Played a bit of five-a-side, but I haven't played for a few years. Prefer watching it these days. Don't have the fitness for it. Costa says, at the start of April, Adelaide We're a chance for first spot in Delay. Then we got 2 points from 4 games and finished third. Yeah, the way it's interesting. Like my elimination final predictions video is coming out later this week, and I talk about Adelaide United and how their shaky form is maybe just a little bit of a, there's like a very minimal chance that Wellington could beat them in the elimination final, because Adelaide just stumbling a little bit to finals. They've gone draw, loss. And their last 2 home games, losses. Obviously, the big 4-1 loss to Mariners. And then before that, the 1-0 loss to Western at home too. Just a little bit concerning for Adelaide. A little bit concerning. Not the form they would want heading into finals. So, yeah, and you're right, Costa. I mean, they were like, people were talking about Adelaide, potentially overtaking City for the Premier's plate. But it's very much changed, and now they've finished third. Yeah, man. All right. What else are we saying here? Do Wellington deserve finals? Well, I mean, it's an interesting question. Yeah, if for me, the table is true. Like, the table is what it is. So, do they deserve finals? Like, yes. Yeah. Was it close? Yes. They're only in there by 3 points. They needed that last day win against Wellington. Sorry, against MacArthur. Wellington needed that last round win against MacArthur. But yeah, they deserved it, but really poor to finish off the season. But overall in the campaign, yes, they were good enough. Oscar Zawada's had a great campaign, their star striker. I don't like their chances in finals, man. I can't think of a side who's on such a poor run of form heading into finals than Wellington Phoenix. They're thankful that all those bottom 6 sides have struggled so much this season, because it's allowed them to sneak into the 6. Costa asks another question. That's cool, man. What's your actual job, if you don't mind saying? I'm actually, when I'm not doing this stuff, I'm actually a musician, so I play guitar. So I do a lot of guitar teaching and gigs and stuff like that. Western Sydney Wanderers or Sydney, asks Joshua. I assume you're asking for my prediction for the elimination final. It's got to be Wanderers, right? Wanderers at home for the elimination final. They should get the win, but I think it's going to be close. Like, Sydney are finishing. That's the other thing. I mean, we were just talking about Wellington and how much they're struggling for form, and Adelaide are stumbling a little bit. One team that's entering the finals on red hot form is Sydney FC. 3 consecutive wins. Adam Lafondra has 4 goals in the last 4 games. Sydney could throw a massive spanner in the works in the final series and defeat Wanderers, which would be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. Costa says Western Sydney Wanderers. Oh, mate. Spencer asks, do you think victory would have been in the 6 if Dagger stayed? Fair question. I don't think so. Nick D'Agostino is a fantastic player, but I don't think it would have been enough. They had too many problems elsewhere on the field, so I don't think a couple extra goals from D'Agostino would have helped. Fornaroli, did a decent job to replace D'Agostino. Teams are in the tunnel. Ladies and gentlemen, the teams are in the tunnel. Western United, Sydney FC, we are moments away from this grand final. The Green and Black reaching the women's grand final in their first ever season in the competition. Fantastic achievement. And they're coming up against the experienced grand finalists in Sydney FC. 6th consecutive grand final for the Sky Blues. Last 2 times they were defeated by Melbourne Victory in Sydney. Can they finally do it? We'll see. What else are you saying here? Will Sydney FC be able to beat Wanderers considering the past derby results this season? It'll be tough. It'll take their best performers. But don't forget, last Sydney derby at CommBank Stadium back in, February or something like that? Sydney won. Sydney won the last derby at CommBank Stadium. So they've got that little psychological edge, don't they? Boston reckons West Sydney versus Sydney, says 2-3. So 3-2 to Sydney FC. There you go. I could see that happening. Too. Joshua says, with Sydney not losing since the derby, I think Sydney have the edge. There you go. Spencer says, keep in mind, Wanderers haven't beaten Sydney FC this season at CommBank. All the wins were at Allianz. That's right. It's been all about the away wins in the Sydney derby, hasn't it? Thoughts on the RBB not boycotting? Great. We want more noise and more action in the elimination final, man. So look, they might still say something. There's obviously still time, but I want to see a packed CommBank Stadium, man. Yeah, gonna watch this game. I'll see what halftime Coasty. No worries, Boston. Enjoy the match, man. Before Adelaide drew with Sydney, we scored 21 goals in 6 games. That was the result that really halted Adelaide's form, wasn't it? A few weeks ago, they haven't won since then, have they? So Carl Vert has a bit of work to do, even though they're favourites against Wellington in the elimination final. Bit of work to do just to tighten things up a little bit. National anthem. Welcome to country. Few minutes until this kickoff. Interested to see what this attendance is like. Have we got any attendance predictions? Attendance predictions. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what numbers we see here. You'd like to think they could push over 10K. But we'll have a look at the crowd. See if we can get some shots of the broadcast of the crowd. Plenty of Sydney FC fans there by the looks of things. Great stadium, CommBank Stadium. Been down there a few times. Beautiful stadium. CommBank Stadium, Allianz Stadium, 2 beautiful grounds, man. Great to have a couple really decent football stadiums in the country, in the city of Sydney. All right. Moments before kickoff, let's have one more little look at the lineup as we're only moments away from this grand final match kicking off. 4-3-3 for both sides, or perhaps a variation of that for both sides. Keep an eye on Hannah Keane up top for West United, dangerous player, being flanked by Steer and Johnson. Sydney SC, it's all about Courtney Vine and Matilda. Mackenzie Hawkesby's had a good season. She could be creating some opportunities, some good chances for the Sky Blues. Of course, Sydney SC, best defence in the league. Nat Tobin at the back. Of course, Jada Wyman in goals. Who will start the strongest? Who will start the brighter? I'm still sticking with my prediction for Sydney FC to win. I'm going 1-0 though. I think just these 2 defences on top. Sky Blues best defence in the league. And that's the other interesting battle as well. You know, best striker in the league and Hannah Keane up against the best defence in the league at Sydney FC. Newey Jets is keen for the game. And Spencer's a bit of a Women's World Cup warm-up in a way. It's a bit like that. Yeah, this is sort of, this is a big event. And obviously in a few months' time, we're heading into the Women's World Cup. Yeah, man. Newey says, what a round it has been to finish off the season in the men's. It was a great round. Quite a few away wins. I think 4 out of 6 games were away wins, weren't they? Plenty of away teams getting 3 points to finish it off. Hey. I heard the great national anthem because I heard it last week at Newcastle. The New Zealand national anthem. It's a good anthem. It's a very good anthem. All right, here we go. The coin toss taking place right now as we speak. 6 games? Yes, indeed. 4 out of 6 games were away wins, right? Here we go. Lineups on the broadcast. Moments from kickoff. Thanks so much for joining me for this live stream. We're about to get underway with the match. React to everything that's going down. All right. I think we're going to go no headphones here, at least for now. Freeze it up a bit. Spencer says, I got tickets for the semi and grand final in the Women's Cup. Dude, that's awesome, man. That'll be a huge occasion. And hopefully it's the Matildas who are there. Hopefully it is Australia who is there on the final game of the World Cup, eh? All right. West United. Could they do it? First of a year in the competition. Who's commentating? Let's have a listen. Robbie Thompson. It's a shame that it's not Tio. What's his last name? Tio Pezzarelli, I think is his last name. Because he does heaps of the broadcasts for the women's game. Dude, I love the confidence. Spencer says, Mike, my West Matildas will win the World Cup. Dude, I'm heading into it with a lot of confidence. I reckon we can. There you go. On the broadcast, Princess Abini. 7th grand final appearance. 7. Crazy. 7. Australia v USA for the women's grand final in the World Cup. That'd be epic. Kickoff about to get underway here. Sydney FC, Western United. Definitely more Sydney FC fans in the stadium, which is no surprise. But we have kickoff. We are underway. That is not the banner we want. Here we go. Bang. All right. Here we go. West United, Sydney FC. A-League Women's Grand Final, 2023. That was a rhyme. An unintentional rhyme. All right. Excited for this, man. Courtney Vine. Look at her go, the Matilda. It's got to be a foul already. It is. Well done, Courtney Vine. Could have, I think the referee almost half thought of a booking there. Courtney Vine just wiped off it and is holding her neck after that challenge. Yeah, dude, she was clattered into there. Ouch. Ouch. Adam, your thoughts on the Mariners 1 week rest? If it will ruin the momentum? I don't think so. I mean, it's a question that always comes up when it comes to having a break. I don't think so. I think Mariners are playing well at the moment, and Monty will keep the mindset in a good place. Sydney FC, first strike on target comes from Mackenzie Hawkesby. Just challenging Beale in the Western goals early on here. Trying to lob it over the top. Oh my God, is there a goal? Dude, the delay. I'm going to have to refresh my stream after this. Apparently we have a Sydney FC goal and I haven't seen it. Oh my goodness. As soon as I see it, I'm going to have to refresh. I'll refresh my stream here. I must be behind. Here we go. This is so bizarre. So you guys are telling me there's a goal. Here we go. Sydney FC down the right. I've got a corner. Dude, how far behind am I? I've got to refresh this stream. Courtney Vine's just won a corner. So I'm currently watching it's 2 minutes 22 right now. And Sydney FC have a corner. What's with this delay? It's not usually this big. You guys have seen this goal way before me. But I'll do a little refresh of my stream here, and hopefully we get linked up. But I'm keen to see this goal here, man. Mackenzie Hawkesby corner. It's off the corner, isn't it? She plays it short into a beanie. Another corner. Oh my goodness, dude! I must be like 2 or 3 minutes behind. Oh, watch on free to wear. I don't have a free to wear TV here, man. Here we go. Second corner from Mackenzie Hawkesby. 3 minutes into the game. Cross is decent. Headers in. Sydney lead. We've seen it. All right, I'll refresh it. I don't know why there's such a massive delay. Usually there's like a 10 or 15-second delay. There you go, Sydney FC with a very early goal. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. It's Haley. Madison Haley. All right, we're doing a quick refresh of the stream here. Because this will go badly. You guys will just be, I mean, it's dangerous too. You guys could be like, oh, they scored a goal when they actually didn't. You know, you could so easily troll me if you wanted to. So we're doing a little refresh here, and then we'll jump back in. But Sydney FC with the early goal, Haley with the header off the Mackenzie Hawkesby corner. Western United unable to deal with it. Wow. I am on 10 play, yeah. I am on 10 play. I'm on 10 play. That's what I do find that on Paramount Plus there is that little bit of a delay. But yeah, I'm watching on 10 play. All right, here we go. We're loading it back up. The only annoying thing with 10 play, they always show ads at the start of the when you go to open up a stream. But oh my goodness, a goal. My prediction was 1-0. Well, we're already there 3 minutes in. All right, stream's back. I'm at 6 minutes. I'm at 6 minutes, so I hope we've caught up a little bit here. Another chance for Sydney. Good ball into Haley. Cleared away. Western United rattled early on here. Rattled. Oh my goodness. 6 minutes 20 as of right now. 6 minutes 20 into the broadcast. So, of course, there is that slight delay, but hopefully that's fixed up that massive, like 2 minute delay. That was like a 2 minute delay. That was way too much. That's right. I mean, that's just the reality. Even isn't that's the reality, isn't it? You have the 10 play, the delay, and then the YouTube delay. So there's that little bit of delay. But hopefully that this has cleaned it up a little bit, somewhat. So Sky Blues have come out firing for this one. Corny Vine seeing plenty of the ball on the right wing. You can see the behind that Western goal, the green. They've got like green things on the seats, green seat covers. Perhaps that's to represent the away fans who maybe weren't able to make the trip up to Sydney, potentially. But there's all these green seat covers. 40 seconds off. Well, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. 7 minutes 30 now. 7 minutes 30. I very much appreciate you guys bearing with it. All right, Western looking to create their first attack. Dealt with by Tobin. Dude, decent little turnout. Decent turnout at Combank Stadium. There's plenty of fans there. The Sky Blues have started this grand final perfectly. Western with a chance. Long range strike just over the bar. Good chance for the green and black. Crowd does look decent, Spencer. Crowd does look decent. Great turn. Good opportunity there for Taranto. Long range strike for Western. Their first shot of the game. A couple early lobs here early on. Man, early goals in grand final. We don't see it often, do we? We don't see it often, do we? But it's going to be interesting to see how Western respond to this now. 10K? It looks like I could push it, yeah. Easily 10K, I reckon. Spencer says, can't wait to see it's sold out for the derby next week. Yeah, you'd think it would be, right? Sydney derby, huge. I reckon it'll be sold out. West United seeing a bit more possession of the ball now, which is good. Just settling into this grand final. Big occasion for some of these players who are playing their first ever years in the A-League Women's competition. They've been pretty remarkable all year, haven't they, green and black? Sydney seemed pretty content just to defend, let Western have the ball so far. 10 minutes into this grand final. That's the advantage of having an early goal. You get to control the game now. Costa says Adelaide had the third best average attendance this season. Sydney and West Sydney Wanderers first. Second, I reckon if it wasn't for the Sydney Derby comeback, Adelaide would have the second best. Sorry. Yeah, man, it's been fantastic, isn't it? It's been fantastic. Adelaide's crowd numbers have been one of the highlights for the season. They always seem to pull a big crowd. It's awesome. I'd love to get down there one year, man. I'd love to get down to Cooper Stadium sometime. Who knows? Maybe for the semi-final first leg. Spencer says, you'd hope the Women's World Cup isn't affected in a negative way by the APL Sydney finals controversy. I don't think it will be. I don't think it is. And I don't think it will be. It's obviously a different competition. APL has no connection to the World Cup in any way. So, yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Should I go to the Derby for the experience? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Do it. It'd be great. Chance Western. Good opportunity for Hannah Keane. First chance on goal for the competition's Golden Boot winner. Ball was played up the line. Hannah Keane just getting to it first ahead of Tobin. I thought that was saved for a second, but it did go over the bar. But a couple little chances for West United since conceding early here. There we go. Very close indeed. Very close indeed for Hannah Keane. All right. A beanie on the left wing. Princess Abini, good delivery. Hanging it up. Western clear. 12 minutes into this game. West United 0. Sydney FC 1 in the A-League Women's Grand Final. Thanks so much for tuning in for this Sunday Arvo Watchalong. And if you guys haven't already, feel free to hit the like button. Good way to show your support to the channel. You can see this Western United defensive setup, sort of like a 4-4, almost a 4-4-2. More of like a 4-2-3-1, hey? Haley going into that. Damn. Heavy on the challenge. Costa reckon there could be an injury. Play goes on. Courtney Vine. Into the box. Cleared away. Will play be stopped? Still, she's down. They're going to pause play here, I think. It didn't appear to be too bad. It was more of a heavy fall, I think. The challenge from Haley looked all right. The challenge looked all right? Spencer on the chat says, I'm from Brizzy, living on the Gold Coast, but I want to go to the Sydney Derby for the experience. Plus, my best mate's a Wanderers fan. Reckon the RBB would be an experience. Might need to make a half and half. A half and half kit. Oh, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, man, dude. I feel like it's going to be one of the games of the season. Both teams are in decent form. And it should be a sellout crowd at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets go on sale. I think it's been announced. Tickets for general public for the Sydney Derby go on sale Tuesday afternoon. Literally, as I said it, Adam asked the question. There we go. Real question is, when will the tickets be released for the game? So I think the derby will most likely sell out. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon. I think it's 4. Double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So 4 p.m. local time. But double check that. But I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Tuesday. Yeah, man. So, like I got that. Comeback Stadium is the kind of stadium that if it sells out, the atmosphere would be great. Just because I love that it's sort of like it's boxed in. There's if you go to Central Coast Stadium, it feels very open air, and like the northern stand at Central Coast Stadium where the Yellow Army sit, there's no roof or anything. Whereas Combank Stadium feels like you're inside like a box, which really boosts the atmosphere. Interesting question from Spencer. Which A-League men's team has the best captain? Probably could go Craig Goodwin, huh? Adelaide United captain, Craig Goodwin. He's still a captain, right? Yeah, he's fantastic. I think he's the best player in the league, so I think that's an easy choice for me. Costa says Adelaide v Adelaide, and Nick's tickets come out tomorrow on Monday. There you go. I think for members it's like a day earlier. Maybe members tickets come out earlier. Members tickets come out early, and then general public generally the day after. But yeah, obviously you guys can check the like the Keep Up website or whatever for ticket deets or club websites. I'm sure. This tea's gone cold, but that's all right. So things have leveled out a little bit since that early goal for the Sky Blues. Sydney looking to shift the ball forward here. Second goal would be huge, dude. Second goal would be huge early on here. Courtney Vine cutting it inside. Sky Blues building nicely here, as they like to. And that'll be a corner, you'd think. It will be. Sydney FC with a set piece opportunity here. That would make sense, Costa, yeah. Spencer says, definitely getting a Raw membership next season. Please excuse my absence from the Raw watch-alongs next season. No, of course, man. Of course. Dude, like my goal here, and like some people say that like, oh, sorry, I missed the stream. I was at the game. Like my goal is to just get more people to the games, to grow the game and get more fans engaged with it. Dude, they went for the same set piece. Great chance. It's in. 2-0. Another goal, and the delay isn't as severe this time. But Sydney FC have found a second, and it's almost identical to the first. Sky Blues with a dream lead early on here. Is it Nat Tobin, the captain, with the goal? Dude, it's identical. They went for Madison Haley again. Nat Tobin just lobs it up, and it's in. Oh my goodness, it is 2, Jessica. That's right. That's right, Spencer. 2-0. Western United unable to defend these set pieces. Oh, the ball, Madison and Haley almost got the header in again, but the ball bounced up off her. And Nat Tobin, that's a really difficult goal. Her ability to control that and lob it just high enough where the defenders couldn't get it, but also that it didn't go too high over the crossbar. Dude, huge. Early drama in this grand final. Not even 20 minutes played. It's already 2-0 to the Sky Blues. Natalie Tobin has a goal here. Third goal for the season for the defender. Oh my goodness. Home ground advantage. Oh boy. Sydney FC. Haley, Tobin, 2 goals. 2-0. Mountain to climb here for Western. Playing in front of a crowd which is mostly supporting the Sky Blues. Can they do it? Can they bounce back here? You feel like, I mean, when it comes to like a 2-0 scoreline in a first half, you feel like you really need at least one goal back in the first half just to make it a 1-goal buffer at the halftime break. There's another West United player down here. Is it Alana Cern again? think it is. I think it is. So we're 20 minutes into this game. Sydney FC have a 2-0 lead if you're just tuning in. Sorry, it wasn't Alana Sen. It was Vlanic. Aerial duels 1. Stats on the broadcast. 4 duels, 1 for Sydney, 0 so far for Western United. So the Sky Blues dominating in that capacity. The height is just proving too much. Princess Abini, good run. Inside the box. Dude, a third would be huge here. Haley with the ball at her feet. Can't find a teammate. Courtney Vine to recover. Dude, Sydney looking threatening. Still going Courtney Vine. She goes down. And there's gone the other way. Free kick Western. It was a bit of a miscue with the shot, wasn't it? It was indeed. So a bit of an injury concern here potentially for both clubs. Courtney Vine's down as well. Was it a foul? I guess so. Vine on Cern. Adam in the chat says, if it was to be a Melbourne City v Central Coast Mariners final, will it be in Sydney or Melbourne? Whichever. I'm always going to go Sydney. And that is the big controversy. The grand final is absolutely going to be in Sydney. Costa confirming it here as well. Says grand final confirmed to be at Sydney. Any teams? Yeah, not confirmed whether it's going to be Allianz or Combank yet. I expect it to be Allianz Stadium. But that's the advantage for Mariners heading into the grand final. If they do end up meeting City there, you'd imagine Mariners would have more fans there. With Melbourne City, Melbourne City essentially being the away team, right? Yeah. Spencer, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much. Not football related, but I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for checking it out. All right. So players are back underway after a little bit of an injury concern here for Courtney Vine, but she's chill. She's cool. We, of course, remember that injury concern for Vine just before the finals for the Matildas? That was a bit of a worry that she wouldn't be available for the final series for Sydney, but she's pulled up all right. Here's Hannah Keane forward for Western. Great challenge. Oh, dude, Courtney Vine picked up a yellow card for that earlier challenge. Okay. I don't know if that was yellow card worthy, to be honest. I don't know. Man, challenge is flying in here. Sydney can break away. Haley's taken it forward. And she's gone down. If that's a foul, it has to be a yellow card, right? It's got to be a yellow card, surely. It is indeed for Cummings. Easy decision. Cummings bringing down Haley. That's right. Costa says even Wellington would bring more fans to a grand final than Melbourne City. Well, I think they could potentially because Wellington have never made a grand final. I think if Wellington made a grand final, they would bring a huge contingent. Possession so far on the broadcast, 59 for Sydney, 41% for Western United. So maybe just need a little bit more of the ball here, Western. Sydney again on the front foot. Western just haven't been able to break up and push up the field. Here's Courtney Vine. Great chance. Fine. Near post shot, trying to sneak it in. Beale gets down to it. So we're 24 minutes in. Western United 0. Sydney FC 2. Good start. Brilliant start from the Sky Blues. I said on my preview video, man, I was expecting a low-scoring game, but the way it's starting, we could see a goal fest. Costa says City need to sort out a new stadium. 6K out of 30K isn't good enough. They're still a growing team, aren't they? They're still a growing team. They're a growing club, growing fan base. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do decide to do something in the future. I know they train out at Casey Fields. Maybe is there a potential to build a stadium out there? Potentially, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too familiar with the geography, the geographical landscape in Melbourne. So, but you're right. 6K in a smaller stadium would feel a lot bigger, wouldn't it? We did see it. We did see, of course, the Melbourne derby in the A-League Women's semi-final between Melbourne Victory and City be played out at Casey Fields. So who knows? Maybe City, the men's team, could do a similar thing. We're seeing another Melbourne side in West United building their own little stadium. I think that actual stadium, once they get it built, is like 15K or something, which would be really nice. It's a nice size. Of course, West United set to play out of that new training ground next season, which will have a smaller capacity, but we'll still have like a Macedonia Park vibe, which I'm looking forward to, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I would even love to get down there for an away day. I know it's just their training ground, but I think it'd be neat. Western United coming forward. Can they create a chance? They've only had really 2 half opportunities so far. Spilt by Wyman, the goalkeeper, but she reclaims it. Jada Wyman. Courtney Vine, the Matildas, seeing plenty of possession on this right wing. Western United defence maybe struggling to deal with her a little bit. Cross comes in, is decent. Spencer says a whole bunch of teams getting new stadiums. Like Canberra getting a new stadium. I doubt it. I haven't heard anything about maybe Canberra getting their own stadium. I've been down there once. I went down there to that Canberra stadium to see Mariners play. I think it was Wellington, which would have been like 6 or 7 years ago now. Yeah, man, I saw them play that down there a few years ago at that stadium. It's a decent stadium. I don't know if they'd be able to fill it up. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Maybe Canberra will come out in force and have plenty of numbers. But I don't think they need a new stadium. I think the current one's all right. I couldn't even tell you what it's called at the moment. I just know it's the main stadium in Canberra. Hey, imagine that, Adam. Ronaldo finishing his career on the coast. Mariners v Wellington in Canberra. Yeah, it would have been. Was it Wellington? I think it was Wellington. It was just like a one-off game in the middle of the season. I think it was Gwabena Payakubi scored the winner, I think, for the Mariners, if I remember correctly. But it would have been like in 2017, maybe. Might have been earlier than that. I can't remember, but it was a while ago. Yeah, it's not a bad stadium. Oh, dude, Spencer, I would have loved if that actually happened. Wouldn't that have been great? The Wrexham Mariners friendly? Man. Kind of annoyed it isn't actually a real thing, hey? Would have been fun. Another corner here for Sydney FC. 4th corner of the game, Mackenzie Hawkesby. Delivering. Will they do it again? Headed away this time, and there's a head clash, I think, by the looks of things. 2 players down. Cummings for West United. He's holding her head. And there's a Sydney FC player down as well. Here's the replay. Oh, yeah, it's a nasty one. We hope both players are okay. Flying in for Sydney there, I think, was Rule. Ouch. All right, what else are we saying here? Talking about the Sydney Derby. Newey Jets says heading to the Sydney Derby next week. Hoping for a sellout, hey? Mr. Aaron Sheeny, what a name. Do you think Sydney FC will beat Wanderers? If so, do you see them progressing any further? There's a chance, man. There's a chance because we're talking about before. Sydney FC have the best form heading into finals out of any of the top six sides. 3 consecutive wins. There's a chance they could do it. There's a chance they could do it. Of course, the last Sydney derby at Comic Stadium, Sky Blues won. Sky Blues won 1-0. Remember that Max Burgess goal to win it? There's a chance. And it would be a huge upset because Wanderers have been so strong this season. And for Wanderers to drop out first week of finals would be a huge disappointment considering how good they've been this campaign. Could they go any further? I doubt it. I can't see Sydney getting past either City or Mariners. Those top 2 sides are just too strong. Too strong. Can you imagine, though? Like, let's just imagine for a second if Sydney beat Wanderers, which is a possibility. And then maybe, if they, I think most likely they'd probably take on, like if Adelaide get the win, they'll probably be taking on Melbourne City. It'd be very hard for Sydney FC to get past Melbourne City in 2 legs. But imagine that if Sydney FC went all the way through the grand final after the season that they've had. Surely not. Surely not. The impossible. It could happen. It is the A-League. Spencer says, I went to Raw v Leeds, but would definitely travel to Gosford for Mariners v Wrexham. Yeah, like if Wrexham came, I feel like there'd be a big crowd for it, hey? So play's been halted for like the last 2 or 3 minutes now. Corny Vine is on the sidelines and her boot's off, and she's getting her ankle strapped up, which is a little bit concerning. But it's clear that rather than subbing her off, they're trying to get her to run it off and to continue on, but that ankle is being really tightly strapped up. Key player for Sydney. They wouldn't want to lose her. Plenty of the grand final to go. There's still an hour of football to go, man. Still an hour of football to go. We're back underway. Madison Haley's been tearing it up this game. Unable. Western defense unable to contain her so far. I guess you could credit Haley with the assist for that second goal, right? So Madison Haley, the Sydney FC striker, really has a goal and an assist, right? Great start. Really good. West United 0. Sydney FC 2. That looked like a handball from Hannah Keane. Can Western get forward here? The Sydney FC defense has been so strong. They haven't given Western any chance of breaking forward now for the last 10 minutes or so. What do you think is the possibility of the Aloisi derby next season? Well, Ross Aloisi, John's brother. Yeah, man, he's a chance. He's a chance, isn't he? He's one of the names that's being floated around for the Brisbane job. So, yeah, we could see it happen. We could definitely see it happen next season, potentially. The Aloisi derby. Which would be cool. That'll be a cool storyline heading into that game. If Brisbane play Western next season and if Ross Aloisi's there. You've got the Aloisi derby. Shot stats on the broadcast, 2 for Western and just 3, surprisingly, for Sydney. All 3 of those being on target. 2 of those being goals. 2 of those have been goals. That's pretty remarkable, actually. The shot stats haven't necessarily been that high. But Sydney's 2 out of 3 shots have been goals, which is pretty remarkable. Wow. Spencer's continuing the derby discussion. Spencer asks, what's currently not a derby in the A-League that should be? What's currently not a derby that should be? I don't know, man. I think everything that is a derby is, right? A derby that I want to see a bit more hype poured into is Macarthur Western Sydney for the Western Sydney derby. To give Macarthur a big game on the calendar. I mean, it already is, but I think it should be hyped up a bit more. I don't know. There's like a lot of banter around it and everything in terms of Macarthur being the smaller club, but they're here and they're here to stay, Macarthur SC. So let's really embrace the Western Sydney derby. Yeah. So I'm going for that one. It is already sort of a derby anyway. Hey, yellow card for Rule here for our challenge on steer. Was there an elbow involved here? Or no, it was the high boot. Oh my god, yeah. Rule completely misjudging the flight of that ball, and the boot was way too high. Just clipping steer maybe a bit on the head. Definitely deserving of a yellow card. Very dangerous. Who knows? I mean, on another day, that could have been a red. Were we looking at a potential red card there? I don't know. Boot to the head. It's not the first time we've seen a boot to the head in the grand final. Chance for Western. Great chance. Oh my goodness. Cleared away just. Shot comes back in from Cummings. Hannah Keane can't tap it in. Great opportunity for Western. Oh my gosh. Out of nowhere too. What an opportunity. Dude, how did... Oh my gosh. Hannah Keane just needed to get her toe in that. Just poke it home. Sky Blues desperate defending. Best defense in the league, Sydney FC across the whole season. Ross Aloisi, one of the names involved with that Brisbane Royal men's job. As well as Marco Kurz, I think, is in there as well. Former Adelaide and Victory manager. Hayden Fox, Western United assistant. I think his name's in there as well. All right, Western United. So we're in the... Not long to go in this first half, 10 minutes or so, including injury time. Western United with a great opportunity a moment ago. If they can get one goal back before half time, here's a great chance. Hannah Keane, strike. That's a good save. Jada Wyman. And it's been cleared away. Maybe when Wyman could have claimed that again. But just like that, Western United starting to look a little bit more dangerous. And Madison Haley's down injured here at the other end of the field. But that's the danger that Hannah Keane possesses. The ball came into her and she got that shot on target and forced a good save out of Haley down to her left. Watch it be Warren Moon. Nah, that wouldn't happen, right? That wouldn't happen. We'd love to see Matt Mackay have a go as coach, says Spencer. What is Matt Mackay doing? What's Matt Mackay doing? I'm going to Google it. Is he coaching? Brisbane Roar legend, man. Brisbane Roar legend. What is Matt Mackay doing? Oh, here we go. Let's go to his Instagram bio. Is this Matt Mackay? It is. Traveling Australia in 2023. Owner of Freddie & Co. Don't know what that is. He's an RSPCA ambassador, apparently. So it doesn't necessarily look like that he's coaching at the moment. But I remember him seeing in a broadcast, I think, one time. Matt Mackay at a Brisbane game, right? Yeah. All right. So play's just been halted once again here. Haley this time with an injury. Few injuries this first half. We could easily see up to 5 minutes of injury time, I think, after this first half. Haley's coming from the field. So throw in for Western in a good area. Need that one goal back. Delivery comes in towards Keane. Brings it down well. Looking to get the shot off. She does. Deflection and saved. So Hannah Keane looking to shoot every time she receives the ball. A couple shots now. And she's getting them on target. She is forcing some saves out of Jada Wyman. So Western growing into this game as this half goes on, which is good to see. But they need a goal. They need a goal before halftime. I'm calling it now. I think if Sydney can hold Western scoreless here, I think they'll go on to win it. I think 2 goals will be too much to come back from anyway. Here's Western on the attack again. Good run. Cross comes in. Behind Keane. Chance. Great save, Wyman. Great save. Got out to it, smothered the ball. Sydney FC on the counter-attack here. Coming the other way. Great chance, man. Western. They're getting closer, aren't they? Man. They're just trying to. Here we go, and there's another chance. They're breaking forward again here. This game's really opening up now. Early cross, maybe not the best option, but it's fallen here for Steer. Here's Hannah Keane, edge of the box, still on. Taranto. Great chance here. Oh, dude. They're underdogs. Western are underdogs. I kind of want them to win, you know. 40 minutes in. This game's well and truly opening up. Sydney again. Springing down the other end. It's been a really entertaining game so far, hey? Really entertaining stuff. Is that a foul? No? All right. I reckon Western got to go for it here. I reckon I've got to go for it here. 2-0 down. Final stages of the first half. They've got a little bit of momentum here. Just causing a little bit of concern for the Sydney FC defence. Got to capitalise on it. Get one back. Take that momentum into the second half. Spencer says would love to see a penalty shootout today. Shot starts on the broadcast. 5 now for Western and still just the 3 for Sydney. So you can see Western 3 consecutive shots. Really doing well to get themselves back into the game. No worries, Costa. Oh, they've just shown a shot of Courtney Vine here, and she's wincing in pain. Courtney Vine is does not look comfortable. Her left ankle's tightly strapped up, but that's not a good sign. Good thing for Sydney is that they've got the 2-goal lead already, so maybe they can afford to sub her off at half time if they choose to. But you wouldn't want her to play on if she's seriously injured. Anyway, here comes Sydney again. Great move. Left wing. Hawkesby. Hits Cummings. Cleared away. Great chance. Could Western go the other way? Even though the shot stats aren't necessarily all that high, this has been a really entertaining game, man. They're very open. Some good play. Some adventurous play. The intensity. The grand final has been very good. Here's a beanie. Another opportunity. Far post. Oh, the knockback. Another good chance for Sydney. Third goal you think would be too much to come back from for Western. Spencer, halftime chat. Go team by team. What position they should focus on signing a new player during the off-season. That's a decent idea. I think we might do that. Yeah, not long till halftime. So, yeah, we'll do a little bit of a chat. So if you guys, as always, have any questions or anything, feel free to get them ready at halftime. We'll have a bit of a chat. Adam says, I would love to see 13K fans at the second leg of the Mariners game. I reckon we can do more than that, Adam. I reckon we can do more than that. When we played MacArthur in the elimination final in 20... What are we now? 2020. So that would have been 2021. We had 15,000, I think. And this is a semi-final. This game's even bigger. I think we could definitely see a bigger crowd. I think we could break past 15K, man. I'd love to see something closer to 18K. Here's Hawkesby for Sydney. Good strike, straight at the keeper. Was it 12K for the MacArthur game? Well, the entire town of Gosford shut down, pretty much. When the Mariners are doing well, I can tell you, being a lifetime born and raised coastie, when the Mariners are doing well, everyone gets involved. That's for sure. It's the community vibe. It's the community vibe here. It was 12K. 7 minutes injury time. 7 minutes injury time. All right. Time for Western to get one back. They've managed to silence Sydney a little bit in the last 20 minutes of this half. After the Sky Blues' bright start, man. Courtney Vine, dude, she's still struggling. Big decision for Ante Juric at halftime, whether to bring off his star player. And she's just kicked that ball out of play. She had the ball thrown to her and she just kicked it out of play there. They keep cutting to Ante Juric, Sydney FC coach, on the sideline, as if to suggest that maybe he has to think about taking her off. So some concern for Sydney heading into the break. Western opportunity. Great tackle. Great tackle by Beanie. They can break away here. Is there one more goal left in this first half? Lafondra. Dude, Adam Lafondra too, been in good form. 4 goals in 4 games, eh? Header from Haley, saved by Beale. Good first half. Hopefully the second half continues in the same vein. Pretty even stuff overall. Sydney really were dominating the early stages, but Western have gotten back into it a little bit. Oh, here's a chance. Oh, good challenge in the end. Almost getting it behind here, Sydney. Western just looking a little bit more frail in defence, I think, out of the two sides. Minute or so left in the first half. Western United 0, Sydney FC 2. Stick around at half time. We're going to be talking all things A-Leagues. Having a bit of a chat. A little bit of Q&A. Spence had a good suggestion a moment ago. Little team by team. What position should they focus on signing a new player during the off-season? And we can definitely do that. I think every team has probably areas that they'd love to improve on. Almost half time here. Adelaide defence, says Costa. They have been a bit leaky. A little bit leaky, Adelaide. As I think that attack, fantastic, but defence, maybe letting them down. I think another midfielder probably for Adelaide would be all right as well. I think he's like used to starting to move. He's definitely past his best, that's for sure. Sorry, I said like a minute to go in the half before. I totally forgot that we have 7 minutes of injury time, not 5. Still a couple minutes to go. Good run here into the box, chipping it up. Chance, just wide. So West United pushing late for this goal. Just defend indeed. Adam says, I would have thought we could have had the Sydney Derby at ANZ Stadium. Still West Sydney, as I personally think there'll be more fans than Combank Stadium can hold seating wise. Potentially, that's an interesting suggestion. It's an interesting suggestion. I don't know if they'd be able to get that many though, especially with the Cove boycotting. The Cove boycotting the finals. It would have been cool, but I mean, ANZ holds like 80,000, right? So it would have been asking a lot to, I think, get that many. So I think Combank will be nice. 30,000 sold out would be a great atmosphere still. Maybe one final chance for Western here. Final stages of this first half, which has gone on for 52 minutes. Working it down the right. Well done. Can they get the delivery? Decent. Headed away by Tobin. And Hawkesby clears, and that's half time. Or is it a free kick? It is a free kick on Taranto. That'll be half time. Sydney United 0, Sydney FC 2. Good half so far, hey? Good half. Brilliant start from the Sky Blues. Haley, Tobin with the goals. Leading the way for Sydney. Spencer says, imagine next season when Brisbane play victory at Suncorp, the Den taunting Chapman with just a fan chance. That would be great. That's a good idea for the Den. That's a good idea. The potential banter there. There's so much potential. But it's become a bit of a meme now, hasn't it? The Charlie Austin just defend. But yeah, for the Den to do that against their former player, I think that'd be great. All right. Spencer, I'm just trying to find your comment from earlier talking about where each team should here we go team by team. What position should they focus on signing a new player? Let's pull up the ladder. And have a look. And we'll probably start at the bottom because that'll be easy to talk about because there's probably plenty of teams that need to rebuild and strengthen. So here we go. We'll pull up the ladder now. Bang. All right. I'll leave you comment up too. And we'll do it sort of rapid fire. So we're not, because it's 12 teams, so we'll sort of try and do it rapid fire. What position they should focus on? MacArthur FC, 31 goals scored, 48 conceded. I think they've got a great keeper in Curto, and they've signed him to a multi-year contract, which was a good move. I think MacArthur probably need a good central defender, a quality central defender. Overall, they've got good players in other positions. I mean, Lockie Rose in attack, I think, is a good option. They've got good midfielders in Jake Holman, Charles Mombois, Kieran Bacchus. So there's good players in midfield. Good wide players, Al Hassan Toure, Jed Drew. So maybe a solid centre back. For victory, take your pick. I mean, they're defensively, they've been all right. I mean, you look 34 goals conceded, which is okay compared to the other teams in the bottom six. Victory, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for a good winger. But Victory are missing Micah Rojas. Obviously, Nani has missed much of the season with injury, and he won't be returning. So I reckon a good winger for Victory. Ben Falami's been disappointing this season. Economides has been disappointing. Jets, central defender. I think Matt Yerman. I think they need to move on from Matt Yerman. Look at a different option. Glory. I think for Perth Glory, Adam Taggart has been pretty quiet up front. I think the midfield's pretty well covered. We've got some good young players there. And defensively, they're all right. I think for Perth Glory, I think maybe one more good winger, one more good attacker would help out. They do have some good attacking players in Ryan Williams and Jelicic, but one more maybe creative midfielder would be nice for Glory. Brisbane, Spencer, your team, who would you go for? Who would you go for Brisbane to recruit or position? Striker, right? I completely blanked on it. Of course, it has to be striker. 26 goals. They got the worst attack in the whole competition. 26 goals, 26 games. Got to be striker, right? Got to be up top. Western United probably need another centre back. Imai's been good. Lacroix's dropped off, that's for sure. That's right. Brisbane do need a striker. So the top six, I think Wellington need another good central midfielder. They'll be losing Ugarkovic and Lewis in the off-season. So another central midfielder will be important for them. Sydney FC probably need... It's funny. It's funny with Sydney because they've got a pretty strong squad overall. And Jack Rodwell's coming good now. So maybe another centre back or centre mid. West Sydney Wanderers, one of the strongest squads in the competition. If they wanted to strengthen it, maybe. It's hard to say. They're so strong. They've got quality in every position. Maybe just another winger. Another winger would help. Adelaide United, just for their depth, I think Wanderers. Adelaide United, Costa's saying we need a CDM or a centre back. Yeah, I reckon both those positions are worth looking into. Probably a central defensive midfielder. I think Isaias has passed his best. Mariners, I would like another central midfielder. I think we're looking a bit of thin in that area. And for City, you could probably go, again, another tricky one in the City because they're so strong everywhere. Maybe just another midfielder just for depth. When you look at the squads, for me, it's City and Wanderers who have the strongest squads in the competition. Even Sydney FC overall have a pretty experienced squad. Plenty of options there as well. It's an interesting topic to explore, that's for sure, in terms of which clubs need to recruit more. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how much movement is made too. We saw last season, like Western United, who won the championship, barely made any player movement. And we're like, oh yeah, they don't have to make any player movement because they won the championship and they've been so good, but it didn't work out for them. The only team it has worked out for is Melbourne City. They seem to consistently finish at the top now, hey? But it'll be interesting to see which players depart. You know, Mariners have had a great season with plenty of good young players performing well. Do they lose some of those young players once again? Same could be said for Adelaide. Could they potentially lose some of their younger stars? Maybe. Will Wanderers still have the same squad next season? You know, the table could look very different. The table could look very different for some of these sides. It's just so hard to predict as well. So hard to predict. All right. I've got a video coming up in the next couple of weeks or so, reacting to my ladder prediction, which I'm sure will be a lot of fun. The Calm Corner, thanks for tuning in, Calm Corner, asks, how does finals work? From the top 6, who plays who? Cheers. I'll pull up Calm Corner. I'll pull up a little graphic for you, which explains it really nicely. It's from the A-League's official. It's from the official A-League's page on Instagram. So just give me a second. I'll pull it up and we'll have a look. Because it can be quite confusing if you're not used to the system. But there's this graphic here that explains it very nicely. So let's have a look. Bang. All right, we'll do a little zoom in here. So how do finals works? So we've got 3v6, which is Adelaide Wellington, and then 4v5 Wanderers Sydney. And then the winners from those games will take on either Mariners or City. So the highest rank team from these eliminations will take on Mariners in a 2-leg final series. And then the lowest ranked team will take on City. So most likely Adelaide and Wanderers to win. So that would mean that Adelaide would take on Mariners, Wanderers City, 2 legs in those semis. And then grand final scheduled for June 3rd. June 3rd. No worries. No worries, Calm Corner. So it'll be interesting to see. It's interesting to see what's going to happen in that week between the semis second leg and the grand final. Because there's like a weekend free there, right? I think there's some talk that it could be potentially the All-Stars game, but we haven't heard any announcements yet, so I'm curious to see how it plays out. But anyway, that's how it looks. Heading into finals, we're just getting underway next week. Fortnite Trolls in here. I'm doing well, man. How are you? Good to see you here. Adam says, I love the Mariners squad, I really do, but we need a right back, maybe a rotational player. It's a fair shout. I mean, because last year Mariners had 2 senior right backs in Storm Rue and Lewis Miller. I say senior, I guess Lewis Miller was still a under 23 player. Right back could be decent. We've got James Bayliss who could cover that role, and Dan Hall I think has played there before as well for Mariners. Spencer asks, what marquee should the new clubs Auckland and Canberra sign? Believe Rogic Canberra links. Imagine if Auckland signed Rojas, announced Rojas signing, would spice up the New Zealand derby. Ninkovic from Sydney to Wanderers. Rojas to New Zealand, to Auckland would be cool. I know a lot of people have mentioned like Chris Wood as their first marquee, and that'd be cool. I don't know how realistic that would be. Maybe Winston Reid to Auckland. Rogic to Canberra would be awesome because he came through. What is it called? The AIS, right? I'm pretty sure he came through the AIS. I could be wrong, but yeah, isn't he from Canberra or something? But it'd be cool if Canberra looked at some players who are from the area, who are from Canberra. But yeah, man. Are there any new A-League men teams coming in next season? Not next season, but we do have 2 teams. We do have Canberra and Auckland coming in 2023-24. Sorry, 24-25, I should say. 24-25, which is the season after next. Which is going to be awesome. 14 teams. And then it's been confirmed that there will be a further 2 teams this season after that. It'd be awesome. Rojas to Auckland, like the betrayal of Wellington, kind of like how Ninko left for Sydney and joined the West. Yeah, it could be like that. Except I don't know how much, Rojas, I don't know how much Wellington have an ownership over Michael Rojas, just because I feel like he's had more success with Melbourne Victory. I feel like there would almost be more. I feel like it could be more spicy if maybe Rojas joins, Melbourne City. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like he's more famously had success with Victory. But I totally see what you're saying there. I totally see what you're saying. Cool. Love to see Michael Rojas back in the league. He's a class player, isn't he? I actually did see some. I did see some rumor online that I think he was going to leave his club in Chile earlier than expected, which was a bit surprising. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Maybe set A-League return. Right. On to the second half. Will Western come back? That's the question. That's the question for you guys right now. Can Western come back? What a comeback it would be too. And it would be an absolute meme because Sydney FC have famously been losing these grand finals in their home city for the last few years now. Could it happen again? Let's have another look at how the lineup stands at the moment. Of course, 2 goals. Madison Haley, Natalie Tobin, within 20 minutes. A couple of yellow cards already. One for Cummings, one for Vine, one for Rule. Sydney FC, though, this attacking shape that they have with Haley, Abini, Vine, Hawksby's been getting involved, Rachel Lowe as well. There's a really good combinations that they're creating there. Hannah Keane has definitely looked like the most dangerous player for Western. Just needs a bit more of the ball. She's had limited touches. So they need to get the ball up to her a bit more. Steer's been playing off the left wing mostly in that first half. And she could potentially be the outlet to provide some assists maybe for Hannah Keane. But I like the way it's looking. I like the way this game's shaping up. Plenty to happen in the second half, I'm sure. But we are just moments away from the second half. Right. That's right. Could Western pull it back just like Brisbane Roar did all those years ago? Fortnite says, don't really watch A-League Women's, but it's awesome to see you're using a platform to give them more recognition. Class move, man. Yeah, man. And I wanted to try it just because, mainly my team, Mariners, we can see the signed jersey in the background, joining the competition next season, which I'm very excited about. Very, very excited about. So because of that, I'm definitely getting more involved with it. And I just wanted to see, we've been doing sort of like the finals previews for the last few weeks. I wanted to get a vibe for whether people are interested in it as well. Obviously, it doesn't quite have the reach and the audience as the men's competition, but it's definitely something that I'd love to explore more of the women's football content. We've obviously got the Women's World Cup coming up as well, so the hype is building around the women's game, which is great. It's great to see it growing. Teams are back out for the second half. Western 0, Sydney 2. Is Courtney Vine still on the pitch? That's the question. She looked like she was holding a bit of an injury at the end of that first half. Here we go. All right, we are underway. Second half. Can Western do it? First ever season. First ever grand final. Final score. I'm going to go... Tell you what, I'm going to go 3-1 Sydney. My prediction's already off. I said 1-0 Sydney. We've already had 2 goals. I'm going to go 3-1 Sydney. I reckon Western will get one back. And then with Western pushing late for the equaliser, I reckon Sydney will go up and snatch a third. 3-1. He's a good chance for Western early here. Can't keep it in play, though. Adam with an interesting comment. I might be a bit biased, but I don't think Maresh has reached his full potential, though, taking into consideration his injuries. I agree. I'm right with you there, Adam. Maresh has missed much of this season with his ACL injury that he sustained at the end of last season. So, yeah, I think with some regular game time, maybe he'll be the man to come straight into the lineup for Cummings if Jason Cummings does leave the club next season. So I'm excited to see what Maresh can offer if he plays a bit more consistently. And I like the idea of the Brazilian partnership up top with him and Tulio, right? It would be really exciting. We saw, how good was Mateus Maresh in the Adelaide Mariners game on Friday, providing that assist for the last goal? That Harry Steele goal, beautiful work. Lovely stuff. Madison Haley, very involved in Sydney's attacking moves this game, in comparison to Hannah Keane, who maybe waits for the opportunities, plays on the last shoulder of the defender. Dylan Wenzel-Hawes, yeah, I think he's in there as well, but I think he's probably just behind Maresh in the pecking order for strikers at Mariners. He's a bit different in terms of what he offers as a striker. He's shorter, but he's probably faster than the other strikers at Mariners. Yeah. That's great to hear, Costa. I'm happy for you, man. All right. My Blues starting this half strongly. All right, what are we saying here? Fortness says, I wanted to be so mad as an Adelaide fan when we lost to you guys, but I just can't get mad at underdog teams. It's amazing seeing Adelaide and Central Coast Mariners doing so well after getting written off every season. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Adelaide get written off, but definitely Mariners. I've definitely experienced that as a Mariners fan. I think we definitely get written off quite a lot. And we were written off again heading into this season, but yeah, we're doing well. Adam says, I would love to hear who's impressed you throughout this year. Top 5 players throughout the A-League. All right, let's go top 5. 1, Craig Goodwin. 2, Brandon Borrello. Let's go 3. I don't know if it's just recency, but I'm going to go Marco Tullio. Marco Tullio. We'll go 4, Jamie McLaren, becoming the all-time greatest scorer in the A-League. And then 5, a player who I've been really impressed with is Callum Neuenhoff. And this is definitely a banter pick from Spencer. We always seem to get quite a few Adelaide fans in the streams. I don't know what it is. They do have a strong fan base. Good chance for Mackenzie Hawkesby there. Her shot just went wide. 50 minutes gone. Western 0. Sydney 2. Costa says, Kiddo has impressed me so much. Him and Goodwin on the left is deadly. They have a great partnership, don't they? And it's good from Kiddo. He's really, in the last few years, adopted this role as a fullback. And he plays it well. Courtney Vine's down hurt again here, is she? Dude, they have to get her off the field. Courtney Vine is down hurt again here after colliding with the keeper. Back to her feet now. Here's the replay of the challenge. Oh. Definitely not a foul. Courtney Vine sort of went in for the contact there. Sort of stuck her leg out almost. Took the contact on the leg. Most underrated city in Australia. Such a good place to live. Not as insane as Sydney and Melbourne. Life is nice and quiet here. Well, I guess I can understand that being from the Central Coast. Never been to Adelaide. Never been to South Australia. Would love to visit sometime. Hey, they've just shown Andrew Redmayne in the crowd. Andrew Redmayne. Is he taking a photo of himself on the crowd on the big screen right now? I think he is. Andrew Redmayne in the stands. Great to see the Sydney FC goalkeeper. Sky Blues getting forward again down the right. Chance. Shot straight at the keeper. Rachel Lowe. Who wins the league first, Perth or Wellington? Good question. Probably going to go Perth just because they've come closest. If you're comparing those two sides, Perth have had 2 grand final appearances, haven't they? Wellington yet to get there on the final day. Great long ball. Vine, great save. Courtney Vine, what a chance. Oh, still going. Another save. Courtney Vine with 2 shots on target within 10 seconds. Great opportunity. Yeah, man, would love to visit the stadium. It looks like a great stadium too, doesn't it, Coopers? Come on, Sydney FC's in the chat. How's it going, mate? Another long ball for Vine. She'll get to this first here. Ooh, she goes down. Vine has gone down. Dude, she's been copping it. She's ended up on the floor so many times. She's back to her feet now. Long ball over the top. Flag goes up. Flag goes up. Who's winning, Sydney or Western? Should be Western Sydney. Should be Wanderers, man. But I like Sydney FC's chances. They're building some good form. So I think it'll be a good game. Sky Blues 3-game winning streak. Heading into the finals. You think Craig Goodwin will stick around? I think so. He's really proud of playing for Adelaide United. You can see that. He's wearing the captain's armband. I think he will. First sub of the game. It's another Taranto for West United who's just come on. Chance for the green and black. Can they break through? Good clearance by Tobin. Cummings sends it long. Finding Hannah Keane. That was a good pass. Great long ball. And they've pulled it back for a free kick. They could have played advantage there, surely, right? Like Hannah Keane still had possession of the ball. It was a good position, so I guess I'll take the free kick. It was light. It wasn't much of a push from Rule on Keane. But free kick has been awarded. There's an opportunity here for Western to get one back, and they need it. Taranto. Cern. Standing over the ball. Here we go. Definitely shaping up better for Taranto with the right boot. Chance here. Taranto. Oh, around the wall. On target. Easy save for Wyman, though. That was a good chance. Free kick in a good position there. Sydney FC 2-0 over Wanderers. They would take their best performance of the season, I reckon. It would take their best performance of the season to get that result. It could happen. Like Lafondre's been in good form. I said it earlier, like 4 goals in 4 games. Sorry for Lafondre now. If he's there and if he's firing, then there's a chance. But it would be huge. Spencer reckons Wanderers going to win 3-1. I think that Wanderers win is much more likely. Here's a chance. Haley lays it back for a beanie. Fine. Great save, Beale. Huge opportunity for Vine. Another shot. She's been very lively. Wow. Sky Blues continuing the way they left off in the first half, playing strong. How is Vine still going, dude? It's pretty incredible, isn't it? After getting her ankle strapped up in the first half, I thought she was going to go off for sure at halftime, but she's doing well to continue on, playing through this injury. You wouldn't want to risk an injury only a couple of months out from the World Cup, that's for sure. Courtney Vine could be key for the Matildas in the World Cup. All right. Coming up to the hour mark here. Western still yet to score. They need one back. They need it back soon. Great chance here. It's Steer on the left wing. Can she find Hannah Keane? Cut back towards Taranto. Dangerous area. Keeper claims it. Exactly. That's my only concern there, Spencer. I mean, we want Courtney to stay fit. We want Courtney fit for the World Cup. Who's your favourite Sydney FC player? Probably Max Burgess. I think Max Burgess is it's probably their best player. He's had a fantastic season. Very dynamic player. I love watching him play. He's a great dribbler. Versatile too, isn't he, Max Burgess? He's probably up there as my favourite Sydney FC player. Would love him at my club. Yeah, Robbie Max had a good season, hasn't he, for Sydney? Scored a handful of goals. Robbie Mack, the Slovak. Yeah, we do love Andrew Redmayne. Of course, the Socceroo. All right. On the hour mark. So half an hour to go. Western United down 2 goals in their first ever grand final. If they can come back from this, it would be monumental. And it would be massive for the club in their first ever season in the women's competition. Least favourite team? Well, being a Mariners fan, got to be Newcastle Jets. Main rivals. Yeah, 3 derby rivals. Did your ladder prediction? Was my ladder prediction right for this season? Some were pretty much spot on or close, and some are way off. I'm actually doing a video real soon. It'll be coming out real soon where I'm reacting to my ladder prediction. So yeah, you'll see. You'll see how that plays out. But it's always tricky to predict an A-League ladder. So yeah, that video will be coming out soon. Spencer, being a Brisbane fan, Sydney FC is your least favourite. Brisbane-Sydney rivalry, kind of like state of origin in a way. Yeah, I see that. Beanie goes down. Haley goes down. And Adam, it is indeed a penalty. Was it a man? Alana Cern, I think, committing the foul. Well, they're calling for handball. Is it handball potentially? I think the referee's pointing to the hand. Western United bench not happy. Princess of Beanie's on the ball. Chance to hit 3 here. Oh my goodness. Penalty. VidVN. Hey, Lockie. Hope all is well, brother. I know it's the women's time right now, but honest opinion, are Central Coast making the grand final up the yellow and blue? Dude, I think Mariners are in with a great chance, especially after finishing second. Huge chance. I reckon we're definitely in with a shout to go all the way to the grand final, man. A beanie. Up against Beale. I reckon this will seal it. I reckon this will seal it for the Sky Blues. A beanie. Here we go. Great camera angle just behind the goal there. A beanie. Easy. Dude, Beale didn't move. It's 3-0. 3 for Sydney. Princess beanie. Dude, the celebrations. Sydney FC fans love it. Papadopoulos is still complaining to the referee, but the Sky Blues have 3. Here's a replay of the foul. I mean, there's definitely there's enough contact. There's enough contact from there. There's enough contact from Papadopoulos. I see why she's complaining. But when you're holding onto a player like that, you can't have complaints. But Beale didn't move, man. It wasn't the best of penalties. It wasn't the best of penalties. The beanie straight into the fans. Love to see it. Great passion from the Sky Blue fans, man. Great passion. Dude. An hour in. Sydney FC 3, West United 0. That's got to be too much to come back from, surely. Surely, right? If Western were to come back from here, it would be one of the all-time A-League Grand Final comebacks. You can already see they're committing more numbers forward. They need to find something. Sky Blues finally on the brink of winning a championship for the first time in a handful of years now. Vivian says, of course, just so happy to see the team up there again. I was just about to turn 13 when we won against West Sydney Wanderers in 2013. We finished second in 2013, finished second in 2023, and I just turned 23. Eerie stuff. There you go. 10 years on. And of course, we've got the signed jersey in the background. There you go. Hey, they've just shown the what was the crowd there? 9,000 and something. Like 9,600. Great to see. Great to see. Record crowd, says Jessica. Great to see. We said it could be 10K. It was very, very close. Only a couple hundred off. That's good to see, man. We need the women's game growing. That's right, Spencer. Yeah, if the 10-year rule continues, maybe Raw to win the league in 2024. How about that? Do you think Cummings is really going? I think there's a chance that he could be. The rumors seem to be pretty strong. There's a good chance he could go, yeah. There's a good chance. He's attracting some pretty strong interest from overseas. So if the deal is right, I think he might go. Chance for Western. Good delivery. Just over the goal. As it stands, Sydney is sky blue in the women's competition. That's right, Sydney footballer. That's right. We don't want to talk about Cummings leaving yet, do we? Do we? Not just yet. He's been great for the Mariners since he arrived back in January last year. Season and a half at the coast. He's been superb. All right. Come on, Weston. What did you got? What have you got, Weston? Oh, dude. Great play. Courtney Vine's away down the right. Chance for Sydney to hit another. Vine, great run, cutting it back. Beanie can't get to it. Oh, man. Dude, a fourth and it's done. A fourth and it's just no chance at all. right? If Sydney hit a fourth, it's game over. We can pack it up. Really impressive from the Sky Blues today. They've stepped up on the big occasion. Ball inside. Falls for Haley. Madison Haley's had a great game today. Overall, Sydney haven't really had a poor performance today across the entire pitch. Good turn for Hannah Keane. She's breaking past Tobin here. Still Hannah Keane. Tackle comes in. What a run. Finally, great challenge at the end there. Oh, my goodness. Lockie, what's the live stream schedule next week? I can confirm we will be doing a live watch long for Adelaide Wellington on Friday night. Adelaide Wellington on Friday night, which I'm very much looking forward to. Very much looking forward to. Big game for both sides. Adelaide should win, but we could potentially see an upset there from Wellington, potentially. We shall see. We shall see. So definitely the watch along for Adelaide Wellington on Friday, that's for sure. Vivian, I'm just seeing a comment from a moment ago. I think if he goes, so if Cumming goes, we will need a striker, and as he said earlier, just someone in midfield. Yeah, someone in midfield would be nice, just to help with the depth. And I'm sort of tossing up about whether we would need to bring someone in, because I feel like, we've got Maresh, Wenzel Halls, and then some good, strikers coming up through the academy. I mean, they probably will bring someone in, but I like the strikers who are already at the club as well. Sydney Footballer says, I reckon Sydney FC will sign Falami. That'd be interesting. Prediction? I assume you mean elimination final, Sydney Footballer. My predictions video is coming out Wednesday. I can tell you that. Prediction. Well, without spoiling it too much, I think both games. I think both games will actually be close. I think even Adelaide. Wellington should be close. Should be home wins. Should be an Adelaide win. Should be a Wanderers win. But both could go either way. But I'm predicting home wins for the elimination finals. Are you going to do a live stream for the Derby game? Not confirmed yet, because I might be heading to the game. Of course, being played down at within driving distance for me, so I might be heading to the game. So definitely the watch along for the Friday elimination final, Adelaide Wellington. But I'll let you guys know. Hope to see you there, Spencer. Great stuff. Another corner, fifth corner of the game for Sydney. Haley's header goes over the bar. 70 minutes played. Sydney maintaining their 3-goal lead here. Western United have been second best. Dude, I love Mackenzie Hawkesby's corner taking technique. It's like a direct straight run up. You know what I mean? It's great. It's unique. Sydney Football says if Cummings goes, I reckon Central Coast Mariners will sign Patrick Wood. Dude, I'd take Patrick Wood. I think he's great. I think he's got a lot of potential. Had a good appearance yesterday off the bench against Jets. Is Nick Montgomery going to Europe? I don't think there's any. I haven't heard anything. I don't think we've seen any rumors. So I don't think that's on the cards. Vivian just seeing a comment saying, I'm not going to lie, when Arenya left at the start of the season, I was concerned, but absolutely exceeded all my expectations this year. Yeah, I mean, Marco Tullio, I think bringing in Marco Tullio was a smart move for the Mariners to recruit him. And he's been a great replacement for Arenya. All right, here we go. Vine. Courtney Vine looking to play him behind. That's too heavy. Too heavy on the pass. Sydney FC. Dominating. Western United, if realistically, if Western United have a chance to get back in this game, they need to score, you'd think, within the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, I think it's going to be too much. It's going to be too much for them. 72 minutes played. Western 0, Sydney 3. Adam says, not going to lie, our chants are pretty good, but we need to add some new ones. Yellow Army's been really strong this year, haven't they? Yellow Army, especially away. I mean, we obviously know about that F3 Derby Newcastle. If you guys haven't seen the vlog, please check it out. That was probably my favorite vlog I filmed, the one that came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so good. So much fun. So much fun. Check out that F3 Derby vlog if you haven't. We're going to get another Mackenzie Hawkesby signature corner here. Sixth corner of the game. Will Ante give DeSantis a run in the final 15 minutes? Surely, right? They're up 3-0. Surely. Hawksby's corner. Near post header. Goes over the bar from Tobin, I think it was. No, it was Rule. All right. Vivian says, I'd take Archie Goodwin. Plus, just shows Petty. Just shows Petty we could be. He's a great young talent, and I think Monty would get the best out of him. Look at Silvera last season to this season, and McGarry this season. Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. I think that would be pretty spicy, a spicy move, because I know Newcastle fans love Archie Goodwin. That would be big, but I agree with you. I think they could definitely get the best out of him. I think Monty could get the best out of him. Monty has proved that. Monty has proved that with young players, they come to the club, their careers, they just get better and better. They improve under Nick Montgomery, the Mariners. Western United still just unable. The problem for Western is this game, they just haven't really had any momentum. They've had the chances here and there, but they haven't really been able to pin Sydney back. They've been having to defend so much with this game. He's Vine on the right wing for Sydney. Tame shot in the end, despite being on target. Not long to go. 75 minutes have passed. Sydney footballer. Do I support any European team? I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan in the Premier League, but mainly follow the A-League. Do you think Newey will keep Pappas? It's an interesting one. Probably, but there is a chance he goes. They've 2 consecutive years without finals now. I don't know, man. Like it's one of those ones where they could easily go either way. They probably will keep him though. Johnson just going down with injury here. Maybe some cramp in that left calf. Western United play on. They really need to because they need a goal. Dude, oh my God. Right next to where Johnson's getting treated, Papadopoulos has just pulled up injured. Oh no, she's good now. I thought they were just about to have 2 injured players next to each other then. Wow. Marcus says Mariners need to sign 10 qual next season. Western Sydney Wanderers, isn't he? VN, are you doing any more Mariners takeovers on social again this year, Lockie? Especially with finals coming up. Haven't got anything planned just yet. Haven't got anything scheduled in yet. 2 consecutive years, Mariners have killed the Jets' finals hopes. That's right. And that's why that F3 Derby win the other week was so good. Because it was like a big win for Mariners away, but it also really killed Jets' finals hopes. So, it was a big one. Sky Blues preparing a change here. Sydney FC in the box. Madison Haley has been arguably Sydney's best player. The beanie looking for Vine at the far post. Headed away. Still on for Sydney. Hunter looking to play it forward. Goes back to Tobin. What else are we saying here? Can we do a City FC career mode? That could be fun. That could be fun. We're currently doing the Brisbane Roar career mode. That's going well. It's going well so far. Thoughts on transfer rumor? Joe Gauchi to Central Coast Mariners. I have not seen that rumor. Where have you seen that Central Coast Mariners season? I'm very curious to know where you've seen that. I'd be very surprised if that happened. Joe Gauchi used to be at the Mariners. I don't. People maybe don't realize he used to be at the academy at Central Coast Mariners a number of years ago. Now one of the league's best goalkeepers. Costa, an Adelaide United fan, says he won't leave. Yeah. That's right, Marcus. Watch Brisbane sign Luongo in the summer, like what happened last week with Ryan Williams at Perth. Right? I'm the number one scout in the A-League, aren't I? For those that don't know, we did a Perth Glory career mode, and we signed Western Australian local. Corny Vine Herschel just went over the bar. We signed a Western Australian boy, Ryan Williams. And then Perth did it in real life, like a few months after. It was bizarre. It was really bizarre. So who knows? Maybe Brisbane will sign Mas Luongo. I did see though Mas Luongo, his side Ipswich Town, I think this morning got promoted to the championship. Pumpkin Rider, this atmosphere is amazing. Are you there, Pumpkin Rider? Are you in the stadium? Let me know if you're there, man. You remember that with Williams? Yeah. It was so funny. Saw Joe talking to Monty after Friday's game. Well, they probably know each other from the academy, from when Monty, I can't remember exactly when Joe was here. It was a few years ago, but it might have been when Monty was working in the academy. So there you go. There you go. Pumpkin Rider, tuning in live from Combank Stadium. Thanks for. We always seem to have this. There's always one or two people who are there at the game. So great to hear that the atmosphere is good, man. Got free tickets by volunteering at the Women's World Cup. Brilliant. Aussie Wixie's in here. How's it going? When Danny retires, which I hope not, who should we sign? I'd love to see Yaron Souza get a run. Would love to see Yaron Souza get a run, man. I think he's got. I think he's a good guy, and I think he's got something to show, being a starting goalkeeper. 80 minutes have been played. Sydney FC are 10 minutes plus at a time away from the championship. Vidvian says, Lockie, you should do a watch along and just live stream the game when Central goes play at home and give everyone the ultimate experience. Wow. That would be interesting. I've never even considered that. That would be difficult because obviously for my live streams, I've got a full-on setup here with computers and webcams and microphones. That would be interesting. That'd be interesting, that's for sure. It would be rad. It would be rad. I saw this online. Apparently, Adam Goods, ex-AFL player Adam Goods, is in the stadium wearing a West United jersey. And I never knew Adam Goods was a West United fan. There you go. There you go. Aussie Wixie saw Yaron at Gosford RSL the other night. Went to ask for a photo. He's so casual and nice. Saw me at Grilled the other night. Dude, feel free to come up and say hi. That's all good. How about that? Who else saw Mario Pink Round live streaming? Mario? Who's Mario? Who else saw Mario at Pink Round live streaming? Who's Mario? I want to know who Mario is. Costa, enjoy your dinner, man. Thanks for tuning in as always. West United fans looking disappointed. The Cove, the Sydney FC fans chanting to the end. Favorite snack? Random question, but I love it. Favorite snack? Peanut M&Ms. Dude, that reminds me. I haven't had peanut M&Ms in ages. Maybe I'll get some. Maybe I'll go get some peanut M&Ms afterwards to celebrate this. This for the women's grand final. Not that my team's playing or anything, but yeah, I'm in tears. Who's right? Who's Mario? Am I missing something? Is this a joke? Oh no, have I just been trolled? Oh no. Who else saw Mario at Pink Round live streaming? Like the Mario Brothers? This is a very important question from Aussie Wixie. I love how before I answer this question, I love how this has turned into like just a Q&A. Like it's gotten to the point where Sydney FC have like secured this championship. They're up 3-0. So it's just like, let's just chat. Great question. I love grilled so much. Summer sunset. Summer sunset. Delicious. Love it. Dude, Pumpkin Rider's currently having peanut M&Ms. What are the chances? Crazy. Adam says, got to give credit for West United fans travelling from Victoria. Big drive, big flight as well. Sorry, not really a big flight. One of the shorter flights from Melbourne to Sydney, but big drive if they did indeed drive. But good to see a number of West United fans here. You just uploaded. I did. Yes, the video just went live. That was a scheduled release. My round recap is out right now. My round 26 A-League men's recap is out right now. Here's Nat Tobin. Her shot's blocked. Sydney FC still pushing for a late fourth here. Yeah, feel free to check it out afterwards, guys. My A-League 26 round recap is out right now. Check it out after the stream. Summer sunset is elite, isn't it? It's great. Just saw you posted. Yeah, everyone's seeing it. It's great. Good to see you guys are seeing the video come live. But yeah, feel free to check that out afterwards. My round recap is out right now. This is a great comment. Peanut M&M slap harder than Metro Station Shake It coming on at the club. That's great. That's great. Who would be a rival on YouTube? Dude, I don't have any rivals on YouTube. I love all my fellow content creators on YouTube. Go support the other A-League content creators, man. I love them all. I was watching a A-League Couch Critics video earlier today. Love them. We need more. We need more. If anyone's here, if you're considering getting into A-League content creation, jump into it. We need more fans making content around the league, man. It's good stuff. Pumpkin Rider says the Cove have been elite all night. Pumpkin Rider tuning in live from the stadium. Here's a chance. Hawksby's away. Dude, she should have run it up further. Mackenzie Hawksby with a chance to seal it with a fourth. Aussie Wixie says, go on and watch the F3 Derby vlog real quick. Be back soon. No worries, man. I had so much fun filming that. That was probably my favorite vlog I've ever done. A lot of fun. A lot of fun, that one. CCM season. You should watch some of my edits. Yeah, man. Feel free to flick them through. What do you think of RBTV? I think they're great. Yeah, man. They're fantastic. I love the post-match interviews they do. So good. Really, really good stuff. Great to see. Spencer's considering doing matchday vlogs next season. Love to see it. Love to see it. Which editing tool do you use? I proudly use iMovie. I literally just use iMovie. And we're talking about, just earlier on, we're talking about like content creation and tips and stuff. Just get by with what you have. And for me, I've got a Mac. Great chance for Haley. Her shot's been saved by the keeper. I just use iMovie, and there's some like mobile apps that you can use as well if you want captions and stuff. They're free. Yeah, I keep it simple, man. I don't have anything super fancy, so I like to keep it simple. Surely Sydney find a fourth in this game. Dude, they're getting close, aren't they? They're getting close. It seems to be inevitable. They've just been too strong. It's a big result, man. Big. Especially after Western beat them in the semi-final 2 weeks ago. Sydney have responded here. Well done, Sky Blues. Vivienne, big talking point here, big question. What do you think of the Melbourne Derby stuff that happened in December? And how has that affected the A-League since, especially the APL moving the grand final to Sydney in the same week? It's Corny Vine's just come from the field. He's had a great game today. The Melbourne Derby stuff, what happened in that Melbourne Derby in December was obviously disgraceful. How that goes without saying. How has it affected the league since, especially the APL moving the grand final in the same week? It's funny. It has affected things a little bit, but not as much as maybe people think. Crowds overall have still been decent. Crowds have been decent. Just look at Adelaide United, still having strong numbers. Sydney FC's average attendance has been good. Obviously, Melbourne Victory have had limitations placed on them in terms of fans and the actor support there. But overall, almost a chance for Sydney here. Overall, I think it's been all right. It's been a long time since then too. It was a long time ago now. Obviously, the grand final decision is sort of like a separate issue in my eyes. But I think we have the chance. I'm going to make a video about it soon. I think talking about the whole situation because I sort of want to think about it. Want to think about it a bit more and just process it. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Who inspired me to YouTube? Coast Watch Football, 50%. Oh, I see what you're saying there, Sydney footballer. Well, that's great to hear that I inspired you, man. Appreciate it. Marcus says we have to give Ante Juric credit for getting into the grand final every season. He has been at Sydney FC. It's a massive achievement. Massive achievement. Central Coast getting crowds back too, which is beautiful. Indeed, yeah. Numbers are coming back. That's right, Corin. Thanks for pointing it out. I think Jessica pointed it out a moment ago too. Dos Santos is on 15 years of age in the grand final. 15. Dude, can you imagine if she scores here? 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes of injury time. A beanie. Delivers. Sitting up. Madison Haley surely now makes it 4-0. Pumpkin Rider was there to report it in the stands. 4-0 for the Sky Blues. Triumphant grand final victory for Sydney FC. They're going to claim their championship, man. Finally. 6 consecutive grand finals. And they're back with a championship. Great moment for Sydney FC, and Madison Haley has a second goal of the game. Man of the match for me. Player of the match. Fantastic. Incredible performance from Madison Haley tonight. And Juric is good enough to coach the men's team. I don't think he'd leave considering how well he's doing, hey? How well he's doing. That's right. Sydney FC. Finally champions. Alana Cern just with a mistake, just teeing it up for Haley there. Courtney Vine celebrating on the sidelines. Great to see. Sky Blues are going to claim the championship. Wow. Pumpkin Rider wanted West United to win. I kind of wanted it. Would have been a fairy tale for them, wouldn't it? And they're like their first ever season. It would have been great. It would have been awesome. It would have been so good. We're going to have one more substitution here. Charlie Rule's coming off. Man, what a scoreline. I don't think we expected it to be this close. I mean, sorry, we expected to be. I meant we expected it to be closer, but it's been one way. Western United had like a little bit of momentum in the at the end of the first half. Were unable to score. 2 goals either side of half time. Sydney are going to do it. Sydney FC are going to do it. Moments to go here. Ball comes forward. On the right wing. Here's a chance. Goal kick. Oh my goodness. Sydney footballers loving it. Sky Blue fans are happy. Just over a minute to go in the grand final. Ante Juric. All the hard work has paid off. Best defense in the competition this season. They lifted the Premier's plate a few weeks ago, Sydney. They're about to go one step more and lift the championship. Huge moment. Costa's back. Costa, back just in time to see Sydney FC lift this championship trophy. Could they hit a 5th here, Sydney? Could they hit 5? Final moments. Clean sheet as well, which is just a credit to their defense, which has been so strong all year. So strong. I think women's season should be longer. I totally agree with you, Spencer. And look, as Mariners come in, I think it's gonna grow longer, isn't it? More teams means a longer season, right? It did feel like it flew by quickly, didn't it? Final minute. Final minute here. Credit to Western United. They came here. Gave it a real go. Like, Western United haven't necessarily been that poor, but Sydney FC have just been too good. It's more a case of Sydney FC just being absolutely on top of their game. So strong in attack, so fluid. Madison Haley, she's still going, man. She's been incredible. Incredible this game. Full time. Sydney FC are A-League Women's Championships for 2023. Congratulations to the Sky Blues. Winning. Finally winning the A-League Women's Championship. The banner's up. Sydney are champions. Huge performance. Spencer says, congrats, Sydney. Celebrate while you can. Next weekend, you're going to be way more upset. Of course, they're going to hope that the men's team can follow the success next week. But look at the scenes. Princess Abini, Charlie Rule, Jada Wyman, Madison Haley, Courtney Vine, this team of stars. Absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Great moment. Great moment for the club. Huge achievement. Adam's coming in with a banter. Huge achievement for Sydney FC. Absolutely dominated it. Absolutely dominated today. As I mentioned, I don't think West United were necessarily that poor. Sydney FC were just incredible. So good, man. Ah, dude. Costa, after this, I'm going to watch the vid. Jump on it, man. A-League 26 round recap is out right now as well if you want to check it out after this. We'll stick around for a few more minutes. Sydney FC, though, are champions. Best team across the whole season. There you go. Central Coast Mariners, my team, joining the competition next year. Can't wait for it. Nat Tobin. Her stats on the broadcast: 7 clearances, 1 goal, of course, 6 duels. Fantastic performance from the defender. Drop a C in the chat. Sydney footballers loving it. Thanks for the watch along. Thanks for tuning in, my mate. Sydney FC are champions. In the end, a convincing performance. Not often we see grand finals so one-sided. Western United, credit to them for getting this far in their first ever season, man. It's a huge achievement. And I'm sure Western will be back even stronger next year. But Sydney FC are really dominating this competition of late. And after losing their last couple of years against Melbourne Victory in Sydney, at home, they get the win here at CommBank Stadium against Western United. Fantastic for the Sky Blues. Spencer says, thanks for the stream, bro. Should be in the chat next Friday if I'm not working. Yes, of course. Next stream, if you guys want to catch it, this Friday, we're doing a live watch along for Adelaide United taking on Wellington Phoenix in the elimination final. Can't wait for it. VidVN, thanks for tuning in, man. Says, thanks for answering the questions. Having a laugh. Should be back Friday for Adelaide Wellington. Love your work, champion. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it so much. And hope to see you there on Friday. Just saw someone doing the gritty. There you go. I missed that. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been a fun watch along. Sydney FC have dominated and have won this match, lifting the championship here in the A-League Women's competition. Awesome stuff. Guys, have a great Sunday night. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. We've got plenty of content coming out this week. Round recap is out right now. Episode 3, the Brisbane Roar Caremo is coming out this week, and much, much more. Have a great one. My name's Lockie. This is Coastwood Football. Hit like on the stream if you haven't done so already to support the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.